Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is the Indie Game of the Week, Renowned Explorers International Society, and thank you for watching. Renowned Explorers is a strategy adventure game, guys. However, take that lightly because this game does a lot of genre blending. I mean, it is an adventure strategy game, but it's a little bit more than just that. It does a lot of other stuff, and that isn't a bad thing, but it just makes it kind of hard to find a comparison for. Renowned Explorers is a very unique game. More than that, it's a very charming game. It gets under your skin, and suddenly you want to go dig in your backyard looking for ancient treasure. It appeals to that adventurous, part inside all of us, guys, and that is definitely what I like about the game. Renowned Explorers released on Steam September 2015. It was developed and published by Abbey Games. You can go ahead and get Renowned Explorers on Steam for $19.99, which I, of course, do recommend doing, because it's a really cool game. I think it's got a lot of things to offer, which it's going to be hard to squeeze all this game into a 20-minute video or so. So let's just get straight into it. If you want, you can skip to the gameplay by clicking on the big red box up there. It says skip to the action. I'll take you directly to the gameplay, but otherwise we're going to start with the settings. And then we're going to move on to new game mode, and then we're going to hit continue, because there's a lot to see, there's a lot to explain. So the game does have its fair amount of, options here. Game metrics, skip intros, all sorts of good stuff here, text speed, video options. The game does feature 1080p resolution. It does not have controller support, though, because it's mostly a game you play with your mouse here and your keyboard. Or actually, just your mouse, really. VSync, show environment particles, terrain texture resolution, audio choices, you have some sound sliders, and that's kind of basically it. Like I said, it has the standard amount of options, which is fine. Rebindable keys would have been kind of sweet, but then again, it's a game mostly you play again with your mouse, so what am I going to do, rebind my left mouse key? It's really not necessary. The game does feature Steam cards and Steam achievement, though, for all you Steam card fanatics out there. So without further ado, we're going to hit new game. Why is this such an important thing to do? Because Renowned Explorers is a game that wants you to play it multiple times. It has a high replay value. Well, more I should say that it wants to have a high replay value. It focuses on replay value. Matter of fact, when you first boot the game up, it tells you, hey, this game is meant to be played multiple times. Get used to it. So when you hit new game mode, this is kind of beginning something you're going to be doing quite often. You're going to have adventure mode and discovery mode. Now, the only difference between these two modes is that one allows you to save, and the other one is basically Iron Man mode. You die, game over. You lose all your resolve, which we'll talk about a little bit later, game over. You get the basic idea. Whereas discovery mode is like, oh, I screwed up. Well, I'll just load up my last game save, no big deal. There is difficulties. Right here, difficulty choices. These were actually recently added, which is pretty friggin' sweet. So if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily know what the hell they're doing, yeah, I completely suggest you to go ahead and start off on easy, because it is a fairly complicated game, to be honest with you. So it's nice to have that option to kind of start off things easy, and then as you get more experience with the game, kind of ramp yourself up to the point where, it's impossible, and you're getting stabbed in the heart and getting your heart ripped out, and it's being shown to your face. Wait, that's Temple of Doom. Anyways, you get the basic idea. So we're gonna hit easy. Now, this is just for an example. Now, this here's a little bit of tutorial, but I'm going to basically break this down for you kind of in layman's terms. You have three crew members that you'll have throughout your entire, session, whatever you want to call it, your 5 adventures. And then you kind of have to pick a captain. Right now, there's only 4 captains, and I'm not sure if that's something that's going to change in the future. But basically, each of them is broken down, as you can see, into 4 different classes: Scientist, Scout, Fighter, and Speaker. Why is that? Because there's multiple ways to deal with many situations. Because it's an adventure game, guys. One way of handling things is not necessarily the way you're going to want to always handle things. You're not going to want to punch every person you meet. Sometimes they're just innocent villagers, or, they're animals, whatever have you. There's always a different way to handle different situations. Sure, sometimes you'll have to punch your way out, and that'll be useful for fighters. But let's say you want to get over a treacherous ravine. Sometimes you're going to need a scout for that. Sometimes you need to negotiate. Sometimes you need to do some science stuff. That's a technical term. So anyways, let's pick our captain. The captain basically is just kind of a leader. It really just more of a... You can see what I mean here. Harry was a street urchin who survived on the streets by pickpocketing out. He's a cunning and charming leader. Basically, he's just a class. He's a rogue. And here is a naturalist. And each character, by the way, does have a little bit of description, an age, nationality. More than that, they have different kinds of paths, different kinds of growth. And basically, this is always, at least for these 4 characters, it's going to usually be the same. And you want to keep an eye on this. You kind of want to get an idea of what kind of strategy you're going to go for. You're going to go for something who's going to be like really aggressive. You're going to go for somebody who's going to be a little bit more, stealthy and cunning. It all really depends. There's multiple different kinds of characters with multiple different kinds of ways of doing things, which is what is really cool about Renowned Explorers. It's a game that has a lot of replay value as far as its characters go. So when you start basically picking up your, actually, you know what? I don't know if I want Anna. I'm going to pick this guy. There you go. He's a scout. I should probably mention each class does have its own ability tree. They gain more powers. They level up. They start adding to their traits. Their stats go up. They have their own equipment. We're going to talk about all that stuff though later on. So when you basically pick your captain, as you can see right there, now we have the choice of picking whoever the hell we want. So if we want, we could be like, I'm going to just have a pure scouting party. So I'm going to have Molly and Hatise, and that's just pure green people, pure scouts. But you don't want to do that. Why? Because that's just a bad idea, first off and foremost. You want to pick characters with different kinds of expertise, so that way you're ready for any kind of situation you're going to get into. Now, certain characters work more better together. For instance, it says that Harry works better with Charles and Bia. So there's Charles. Charles is a speaker, and he is a diplomat / survivalist. We can check out he is a defensive speaker with great defenses and overall good defense. Charles can force enemies to attack him with a group assault. Charles does especially well in devious crews, but is a balanced addition to most teams. Recommended crew, go aggressive or devious. Now, you're going to notice something a little bit of a trend when you start kind of flipping through characters here, is that most of them all have kind of like a somewhat of a similar description. What basically changes is what they kind of bring as far as their stats, their expertise goes. That is what's different, and that's why there's so many different characters. Otherwise, they would all be just, there would only be 3 characters, or 4 characters, I should say. So you kind of want to, if you're really nitpicky, you want to get that perfect team. Go ahead, explore it, look through it, and find that team that you're gonna like, because each character does bring something a little different. Just because they recommend Charles and Bia doesn't mean you have to go with Charles and Bia. You can go with, Charles and Jean Piet, if I wanted to, eh? Charles and Ivan Dushkov. Wait, Dashkov? Dushkov? I don't know. But you get the idea. But in this case, I'm going to go with the suggested route, just because I want to just give you kind of a brief example. But again, now let's look at Bia. She's a glass cannon fighter with amazing attack and good speech, but feeble defenses. Bia's quickness allows her to strike an enemy without being noticed, so it does not affect their attitude towards you. Does the best in an aggressive crew and needs someone to protect her. Recommended crew, go, again, devious or aggressive. Now, let's say we didn't want to be devious or aggressive. We'd be like, you know what, I don't want to be a jerk. Let's go with a friendly crew. So we're going to go to Yvonne here. We're going to pick Kiwi and Agatha, who are, by the way, ironically enough, you're going to be seeing a lot of in this video. Now, as you can see, totally different kind of playstyle. They're devious and friendly. Agatha is scientist with great speech and speech defense, but lacking attack. I never said I was a linguist, okay? I don't know proper English. I'm retarded. Kiwi is, again, scout with high speech and decent speech defense. You get the basic idea. Each of them does a little bit something else a little bit different. Now, this is actually the party that I have currently in the game itself. Also, it kind of shows you, I guess, what that party's forte will be. That's kind of neat, actually. Pure aggressive. Kill, kill, kill. Okay. So that basically kind of covers it. You're going to be doing this a lot. You're going to be exploring different kinds of parties, all that good kind of stuff. Now, I'm going to hit continue because I've actually been playing the game for about an hour and a half now. And I've got the basic gist of it. So here's how I'm going to break this down, because this is a pretty complicated game, guys. There is 3 phases to Renowned Explorers. The first phase is planning, the second phase is adventure, and the third phase, which only happens occasionally, is combat. Now, in the first phase, this is what this is, which is what you're looking at right now, this giant world map. This is the planning phase. This is where you're going to get your resources. This is where you're going to get your food. Well, not your food, but where you're going to spend your resources to upgrade your equipment, to get all sorts of stuff to kind of help you during your adventure, so that way you can do a bigger, better job. Simple as that. More adventures as you unlock as you get deeper and deeper, of course. Now, here's the pickle. You only have 5 adventures for any party. No matter the game mode, you only have 5 adventures before it's game over, restart. Now, it's going to throw some people off. And I understand that, because, what if you get attached to a party? Well, to be honest with you, don't. Don't get attached to a party because you're not going to be with them for very long. Let's just get right into it. There is multiple different kinds of currencies, as you can see right here on the top: gold, status, research, insight, and then there's the kind of the icon for those particular things. That's glowing because that's research. That's your crew and inventory. Your party here is on the bottom left. This is kind of just telling you what you can and cannot do right now, what jobs are available, such and such. On the top right up here, we have options in our overall renown. Renown is like your score. Your score is higher. You want to get to like 5,000, I think. And then you basically become the best international society explorer, and you get a trophy, and you're written down in books forever. Anyways, supplies is kind of like your amount of moves you can make before negative things start happening to you. We'll talk more about that in phase 2. Again, this resolve is your number of lives. If one of your party members dies or you screw something up, you may lose one of these. This drops to 0, game over. That's it. Simple as that. Reload, or if you're on the other mode, you're screwed. Just start over completely. And that kind of covers everything. So let's just start spending resources so that we can get an idea of what I'm talking about here. So we're going to start spending resources here at this particular place. We're going to do a job. We're going to do a job. Performing a job costs 1 insight. Select crew member to perform the job. Alright, so let's go ahead and how many of these do we have? Oh, these all cost insight. Okay, so this is going to give me money. Okay, right, so these jobs basically give you a particular resource. So this one, for instance, we'll just have Mia do it. There we go. Now we've used 1 insight and we got some extra gold. Now, because I didn't get too much insight last mission, I'm not really going to show you this too much. But we could also take this and use it towards something else. So we're like, okay, I'm going to use 1 insight and gain 2 research points. There you go. That's what the jobs are for. That's kind of just a basic thing. You want to kind of focus those. Excuse me. Ugh, I burped. You kind of want to focus those towards something you want to concentrate on a lot. And I will suggest you don't try to be too well-rounded. Focus on something, because you're not going to have that many playthroughs. You only have 5 adventures before it's over. So focus on something and get it done. Pick a tree, you know, just get it done, basically, because otherwise you're not really going to get the chance to really get that far into anything, trying to be well-rounded and trying to unlock everything and get everything done. It's not that type of game. This isn't an XCOM game. So this is the research tree. These just add kind of more bonuses to you during adventures. So for instance, strong resolve, we get another 2 resolve. Fame and fortune plus 50 gold, status, and from encounters. You can choose one emotion that will have a stronger effect. Veteran explorer, so we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll do that. Alright, so we can actually choose now a emotion that will be to increase its against opponents. That's interesting. Which emotion is the crew going to specialize in? We're going to specialize in terrified. Terrified. You will receive the following upgrade. Aghast. Terrified. Yes, I want that one. There we go. Now, we spent all our research points. We got Fame and Fortune, which added extra to this bonus. Basically, it's just stacking. And we got Exploit Emotions, which is pretty freaking sweet. You might at the most probably get through maybe 1 or 2 trees at the most in one particular play session. And I don't think these change all too much. They're usually the same thing. So again, you can kind of plan that out, route that out for yourself. So we spent all of our research points. Now we can still spend status. What is status? Well, that's kind of like the ability to hire people to help you out. And they add more statistical bonuses to your adventure. So for instance, the merchants adds a +1 to 3 gold from collecting. They add research points. You can also hire specialists. So we'll go to the Turkish baths here. And we'll hire our specialist here because we have quite a bit. We can add +1 to campaign whenever you enter a wits challenge for the first time. +1 study whenever you enter a cultural challenge for the first time. It's not great. Let's have and see what happens if we upgrade. Did they get better at all? No, they didn't. What the hell? Oh, okay, there we go. Kill beans. 2+ research from collect. These are much better for me. Let's go ahead and let's grab a Jasmine here. What do you do again? Gain an extra campaign for resolve encounter EVS. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's grab Jasmine here. Very super sweet. So we spent a lot of those points. We still have some more left. We'll go ahead and grab something that probably gives me a little research or gold. Let's go with gold. We're going to have traders. There we go. And now we basically add more to our statistical advantages, giving us more stuff. Now that's basically it. Now the last part is gold, of course. Now what do you spend gold for? Buying crap, of course. Particularly buying equipment upgrades. So, these are broken down into three categories: trinket, offense, and defense. You can get the basic idea of it. You buy stuff, you can equip them with it, it makes them better, it does more damage, it gives you there's a lot of tooltips in this game, which is desperately needed because it doesn't require a lot of explanation. Last but not least is leveling, of course. So Kiwi here is about to hit the next level. She's going to hit level 2, and she's going to I have to pick a new ability for her, so I can pick athletic sponsors. Training can now be selected. +1 collect whenever Kiwi succeeds on the adventure wheel. I'm not going to pick that one. Why? Because the adventure wheel sucks. We're going to grab that one. We're going to totally take that one. That one's pretty freaking sweet. We'll talk more about the adventure wheel in a bit. So that kind of covers everything here in Phase 1. Now let's go into actually let's choose an expedition. This is Phase 2. Now you'll notice that in Phase 2, things have stars on them. There's 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star, 2 stars. What's that all about? Well, the more stars something has, guess what? The more difficult it is. Pretty self-explanatory. We can go to the Caribbean Islands. Memphis Desert. We already did these two. Or we can go to the Highlands. Let's do the Caribbean Islands. That sounds like fun. I mean, pirates, a little bit of Goonies adventure style stuff here. The once fierce Dutch pirate Roche disappeared many years ago after burying his pirate treasure. Monkeys and smugglers will oppose you, and an aggressive approach could make it easier. Expect nature challenge and technique challenges in abundance. There's a lot to study for research. Unlocks item shops in New Orleans. Interesting. All right. Well, we didn't want to go that one. What if we wanted to go to the Memphis one? It says the war temple of Sekhmet is said to be hidden in the desert sands. Exploring the desert will be hard on your supplies. An archaeologist, athlete, and survivalist, or rogue will surely help. Rumor has it there is a lot of gold to find. Unlocks inside jobs in Africa. Okay, and finally, if we're like, screw it, we want to go to Highlands. It is said that a historic Scottish relic is being held there by paranoid abbess. There are more people walking around, so a friendly approach could make things easier. Taking a beguiler, diplomat, or athlete or engineer with you might prove useful. So, I'm going to go with the pirate one. Maybe it's not necessarily inclined towards my particular playstyle. My playstyle is mostly devious with this group, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't do it. So we're going to launch the expedition. This is going to put us into Phase 2. Finally, you can start to search for Roche's treasure. The treasure, once stolen from the Spanish Silver Fleet, should be somewhere on this pristine and beautiful island. If one looks at the map you got from Pinkerton to find out where a place near a waterfall. Alright. Gee, I wonder where it is. The crew sets on foot. A beautiful island looks around. Just when Q finds some man-made debris and realizes this island is not inhabited as you first thought, you've got company. Oh crap! Smugglers! They come rushing towards you. Our secret island has been discovered. We've got to silence them, the mates. It seems they will leave you no choice. Okay, well this is not exactly how I wanted to do this, but we're gonna go into Phase 3. So this is combat. Now combat is a very strange thing. It's showing us what we can actually get for finishing basically each way you can finish combat is split up 3 ways: physical violence, scaring the crap out of them, or saying, hey, let's be friends, let's talk, let's have a chat, let's share a drink, here's a beer. You get the basic idea. Depending on the situation, certain outcomes will have certain rewards. In this particular case, I guess Devious is going to give us 2 campaign points, which is good because that is what I'm mostly focused in. So, this is going to get confusing. There is many things to this combat that you should understand. There's also like a combat triangle. Each type of combat has a weakness. So if I was mostly aggressive, being devious would be a good idea. If I was mostly devious, being friendly is a good idea. And so on and so forth, hence the triangle. Now right here, the mood of the combat is going to change depending on my actions. Seeing I'm mostly going to be doing blue actions, in this case devious actions, that is going to change the mood of the combat. And this meter is going to fill up, so that'll be a meter will fill up quite a bit. Depending on your actions, that can change that meter. That can actually be like, okay, you spent too much time being aggressive, suddenly it's going to shift to an aggressive style battle. It's really difficult to explain this all. It sounds very confusing, but trust me when I say it makes sense. So, now this is the combat portion of things. You basically click on a party member. You can see that the blue hexagons here are their field of movement. I'm actually going to start off with the old lady. Why? Because the old lady's really badass. She actually has a pretty sweet attack. It's kind of like a cone attack, as you can see right here. Now, all of them, of course, have different kinds of attacks. Not all of them are the exact same. Some of them have different ranges. Some of them have different, just different outcomes and different statistical things they'll do. A lot of tooltips. Read the tooltips. So let's do that. Now she's going to insult them. And now they're all like, oh man, I feel bad about myself. So now we got Poking the Bear. All members gain mind gains plus 25 grit. Super sweet. Now, I should probably mention this. There's like a little meter here. Spirit. And below that is like a mood meter. Now the mood meter basically, I'm not really sure what the mood meter kind of does. I think it affects your statistics a little bit. But you'll get basically angry or devious or enraged, and you can see it starts kind of shifting to the left. If you're friendly, it starts going to the right. You get the basic idea. What actually does matter, though, is your spirit, which is essentially your health. The spirit drops to 0, game over, you're dead. Well, or they're dead in this case. So we're going to go ahead and attack them now. I'm going to switch to Kiwi, and I'm going to use my group attacks, because mostly it's just going to rock their world. She laughs at them, and they're just got their butts kicked. Enraged Smuggler becomes too enraged and loses it. He's like, ah! I can't take this shit anymore. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Avone here. I'm going to take out this last target because this guy's all the way over there, so I don't really need to worry about him hopefully too much. She's going to use a basic attack, which is just Sadden. There's 3 different kinds of basic attacks, by the way. Attack, Sadden, and Press. And then you get more abilities as you level up. That you choose, of course. Ugh. You look like a dog, she basically said. You're ugly. She wants to be alone. There she is. She's just being alone. She's just going to go into the water and kill herself. Now, these little gold areas, I have no idea what they do. I think this advantage... Oh, okay. This advantage condition gives you spirit. Okay, so basically, like, you stand here and you get some health back. Pretty freaking sweet. You can also check out your stats down here. Now, this is kind of it. This is everything we've done. We've done everything we can. So we're going to turn. They're going to take their turn now. Which apparently we are going to get attacked. But that's okay. That's okay, because right now we're standing on a square that's going to allow us to heal ourselves, so it's no big deal. I'm going to switch to my own lady, and she's going to insult his face. She's like, you look like you're an undergrad student. And he's like, damn it, you're right, I do suck. And then she's going to enrage him and finish him off, actually, so... That'll be the end of that combat portion. You look like a snail. Loser. And we won with a devious outcome, which gives us lots of resources. You broke your opponent's minds. We also got some encounter points because of other statistical stuff. Super sweet. That was phase 3. We're probably going to get back into phase 3 probably one more time. With the smugglers out of the way, your crew has enough time to hide the boat and start exploring the island. Sadly, it seems the island is smugglers' hideout. Better be careful. Ready to go, Yvonne leads the crew into adventure. Now that's what, funny enough, this second phase is called, Adventure Mode. Why is that a big deal? Because you're going to basically start heading towards the treasure. The goal, as it were, is to get here, find Roach's treasure, and be done with this place. But along the way, many different things can happen. Now, I'm not sure about this, but I did hear that the map composition, depending on the adventure, will obviously change. I'm not sure if you go back to the same place if it changes or not, though. It might be randomized. I'm not really sure if it's randomized, but I don't really know, to be honest with you. I haven't gone to the same place twice yet. Somebody leveled. Can we level up in the middle of an adventure? We sure can. Yeah. Super sweet. Okay, cool. I didn't know you could do that. So now we can basically start moving forward. Every time we move forward, it uses up a supply. You can also see there's many different kinds of icons here on these particular points, as it were. So this one might have an encounter, and it has gold on it. And it'll cost me 1 supply to go to. This one just has an encounter. So I'm going to head towards the one with gold and an encounter, because you know what? I'm a little greedy. You hear gunshots in the vicinity. You follow the sound and see a smuggler showing off target, shooting in front of 2 of the smugglers. A bullet ricochets off a tree and hits Agatha, who cries out in shock. The smugglers immediately, man, he just shot my girl. You bastards. More combat. So is anybody already... Someone starting off hurt? No, I guess it was just like a description thingy. Is there only 3 of them? You know, we're just going to put ourselves up in kind of convenient positions here. And my old lady will stay back here. We're going to actually end the turn. We're going to let them come to us. Because, you know, why not? And then we're going to kick their pirate butts. Alright, again, we're going to enter one more time. Perfect. Old lady, get into position. Crap. Damn. Okay, well, what we'll do then is, let's see, can we attack them from here? No, but if we wait, we'll give them the advantage, but at the same time, if we stay here, we can get that health regen. Oh, decisions. Let's risk it. I'm gonna say end turn. This could be a totally stupid move on my part, but... Ow. You know what? It wasn't that bad. And old lady is going to move here, and she's going to blast these 2 bastards. I could have gotten all 3 of them, and I probably would have done a little bit better, but I'm going to go with this one for now. She's going to stay exactly where she's at. Now this move, group insults. Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet. Wow, they're done. Look at that. We just rocked their world. Bye-bye. That's over, man. That's over. That was brutal how badly we kicked their ass. And that's it. Sometimes combat can go very quickly. It's very simplistic. It's not too, you know, super complicated, as it were. They sure won't be using explorers for targets practice again anytime soon. Okay. So we completed that one. Again, we have an encounter over here, or something else different over here. They have a technique challenge. That's good, because it gives me the chance to show off the damn wheel. Sorry, I don't... There's an RNG in this game. So the crew finds some materials that can be used to create some helpful gears and tools. The materials can also just be studied. You don't think about the options. She has a 58% chance of making something useful. 21% chance of making something useful. Again, making something useful. Very different kinds of statistics, but also different kinds of outcomes. So she could make, it looks like a collect, a study, and gain 1 tool. A collect, a study, and gain 1 tool. I guess they all just can do that. Never mind. The only thing that's different is the bonus outcome. We're going to go with Agatha, obviously, because she's the smart one. 58% chance. Now, when I click on this, it's going to bring up a wheel. It's going to start spinning. Not Wheel of Fortune, but The Price is Right. And it's going to screw me. Watch. Skull is bad. RE is good. I'm totally shocked. Totally shocked. That never ever works out in my favor. That is basically the RNG, that you kind of have a chance of statistically kind of nudging that in your favor. Depending on the skills you choose, you can get even bonuses for completing one successfully. So success. Agatha has stroke of inspiration how to use those coconuts in just the right way. The result is some valuable experience and an excellent tool. Your next challenge will be much easier thanks to a single-use tool. Super sweet. We got the treasure. We collected that. Adds to our bonuses. And now we're kind of smack dab middle of the island. I think we want to go to the next challenge here. I kind of want to avoid combat, because we've seen combat a couple times now. This is kind of the basic gist of adventure mode. Once you go through planning, adventure, and combat mode, you get to this place, by the way, rinse, repeat. You go back to planning, back into adventure mode, back into combat, find the treasure, rinse, repeat, all 5 times till it's over. We're going to go this way. Because again, we want to keep the idea, we only have 7 more moves before negative things start happening, so we always want to keep moving forward. Let's see. Some smugglers are celebrating a haul they just made. They're having a great time in an ideal mood for a roguish character to confiscate some of that haul. 45% chances? Probably not very good. If we fail, we get spotted and we lose a collect. But if we get it, we get 3 collect plus 1 bonus collect. Oh. Again, I'm going to take my chances. What the hell? Look at that. I don't know what the odds are. It's just doing this because we're in a video. Key images sneak in a large chunk of their loot. Smugglers priority 1. Sour once they divide their spoils. Okay. Now the only thing I'm probably not going to get to show you in this particular video is what actually happens when you get to this point, because it's just going to take too long. Well, it shouldn't. Well, we can try to get there really quickly here. In this place, you're bound to make some discoveries. We're just gonna do this. I'm gonna skip a lot of the reading here because I kind of just want to show you what. Man, I'm just having so much luck right now. That's not even funny. I'm so just like flabbergasted right now. While traveling through needles, you one spot a small hut where both supplies and items are being sold. Buy 4 supplies for 1 resolve. Ooh. Alright. Leave the shop. Okay. Now we got here. Got a technique challenge and a wits challenge. Again, I'm going to try to get this done. You spotted nearby camp where smugglers are busy moving around. Crates the cars look seems valuable. You want to know what's in some of those crates, but you could possibly take all the smugglers. What? That's total crap. Alright, whatever, that's fine. 100% chance of her doing this. Do it. Nice, we got a lot of supplies. Again, you're going to want to do more exploring than I did, but I'm just showing you this just to get to the boss here. Every area has a boss. Finally, find the waterfall of treasure hidden by notorious pirate Captain Roach. Must be here somewhere. This is the goal of the expedition. Whatever happens here, it will end the expedition. Onwards! That's just basically telling you, hey, you sure you don't want to spend the rest of your resolve? Or your supplies, I should say. With a fantastic sight, no wonder the pirate Captain Roach chose this place to bury his treasure. The crew starts to look for clues and signs of treasure under the peerless guidance of Avone. It seems it will take longer than expected. Holy crap. Not good. I'm not going to do that. To find the treasure, the crew spends hours looking for Roach's marks. The night passes and guard duties changes while the crew works diligently to uncover the treasure secrets. It's not long the next morning until something happens. That one. After hours and hours of searching and digging, Agatha's shell finally hits a wooden chest. The crew opens it up and sees Spanish treasure in all its corners surrounded by other precious pieces. The crew prepares to dig out the treasure when you hear a deep laugh from behind. Oh boy. It's the smuggler boss. It's the boss. A ticking bomb is going to blow and take some of the treasure with it. Agatha, to the rescue! She did it! Huzzah! She defuses the old bomb. You're able to secure some valuables before the boss comes in. Alright, there you go. Boss confronts you. He talks some crap. Fight! Now, the only difference between this particular combat mode and other combat modes is that we have one particular target that we need to take down. That guy. We can ignore everybody else. We only want to fight him. We defeat him, match is over, we don't need to worry about that. But of course there is going to be a little bit of problem. All of his frickin' minions in the way. So I'm going to try to continuously move forward and kick ass. Now again, you want to use those golden spots to your advantage. As much as possible. I think I'm gonna do... No, I want to save that, so I'm just gonna... We're only gonna be able to kill one... Maybe like... hold on. Can you get Kiwi move instead? She can move, okay, so good. So we're gonna move Kiwi here. And Kiwi, can you finish this guy? Yes, you can, because you're awesome. Very nice. And she can blast the other one really quick. That guy's probably too far to do anything to us. And after this, we are going to end the video. I know it's been running a little bit long, but it's a very complicated game. That's why I like it. It has a lot of complexities to it. It has a lot of replay value to it. It has a lot of very charming style. It really has that adventurous spirit to it. All the music, the sound, it all sounds really good. And that's definitely what kind of attracted me, to this game. Okay, now she's in trouble. We're going to want to get her to one of these spots here, but we're going to pick this spot because we want to keep her hopefully out of harm's way. She took out that guy, or girl in this case. Now we're actually going to attack the captain, which, you know what, actually, we're going to wait here. You're going to wait here. We're going to give the enemy a chance to gather up on us, but here's why I'm going to do that. I'm hoping to God that my strategy of waiting in those spots is oh, wow, he hits hard. Please hit Agatha. Please hit Agatha. Damn it. Oh, you missed. Good, 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 good. There we go. We're doing good. Alright, now. Now we're just going to bust them open with our ultimate attacks. More enemy reinforcements, but that's okay because we got some hit points back. Do it. Do it. Do it. You took care of that guy. Wow, that guy's like just a beast. We gotta beat that guy down, man. Okay, so we can kill this guy. Might as well, because I want him out of the way. He's dead. And then try it. Let's see what happens. Okay. I think as long as we all stay in those squares, we'll be good. Oh, he did something special. I don't know what he just did. And that worries me. Good, he missed. We're all gonna get hit points back. That's great. We're gonna... We could kill it. We're gonna hit him with this. Okay. I'm going to talk crap about you, Sonny. I screwed this up. Damn it, Sonny. Oh well, we'll do some damage. Alright, we could be in trouble here. Let's see what happens. Damn it! No! Okay, so we're in trouble right now. We need to wail on the captain. So he's now he's going to start regenerating, which is bad. I'll shoot him twice. Nice. It's up to the old lady to do it. He's so close to death. You can do it, Agatha. Finish him. Yes. She did it. It's over. We collected our treasure. We got Roach's treasure, guys, and that is a basic gist of Renowned Explorers. It's a really freaking sweet game. It's a lot of fun, has a lot of complexity to it, has a great charming art style and fun music. It really gets to the adventure spirit, guys, and it has a lot of great replay value. And plus those difficulties, basically you can kind of play it whatever way you like. There's just a lot to this game, guys. It's really fun. I highly suggest it, especially if you enjoy these types of games, guys. It has a lot of things I like about it. And I'm really excited because you can also see all the different kinds of treasures you've collected. Different adventures can go in many different directions, which is what I really think is super sweet, guys. So I want to say big thanks to the developer for a chance to check out this game. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share. I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up my Patreon page or my tip jar. If you're feeling generous of heart, all tips go to improving the channel or future giveaways. Till next time, guys, play more indie games.